Hi, welcome back to my garden. It's been a few weeks since I've made a video. Um, well, it's been a few weeks since I've made a rambling, philosophical or anecdotal discourse in the garden. It hasn't been a few weeks since I've made videos, as I've resurrected my adult chess improver channel and made a couple of films under that umbrella. But these sort of garden chats, well, they certainly have been absent for a few weeks. And besides the fact that I've been busy making chess films, I have been busy in general, visits, travelling, all sorts of stuff. And to be honest, I'm going to be busy like this for the next couple of months. I started thinking about it. The big question, well, why do I make these films? And I've been making them for a while, in partly because I suppose in a sense, I feel I have something to say. Well, I've always felt I have something to say. People who know me well know that I'm prone to that sort of thing. But I've made the films when an idea's occurred to me, and it seems to be an idea worth sharing in some sort of sense, or at the very least, an idea worth elaborating upon, getting out in the world, because even if no one were to see the films, the making of the films, I think has been very useful to me in terms of clarifying or editing my thoughts. And I know that even in the least watched films, it gets out there and a few people see them. At least one. That would be you, David, my brother. So that's wonderful, and that's a good reason to make these films. But equally, and perhaps this is a sort of a topic for today, I think we can get trapped into doing stuff because it's useful, it's a good thing to do, it's what we do, and it becomes a sort of a habit that's imprisoning us in a way. And over the next few weeks, I'm probably going to carry on making my chess films, but say a few weeks, the next couple of months, there's a lot of big stuff coming up. We're going to open our gallery as a cultural space. It's going to be a big grand opening with local dignitaries invited and so on. So that'll be wonderful. I'm also participating in an exhibition up the road in Beberibi, art and culture sort of weekend festival, which is wonderful. All that's going to take time and energy. And even putting that to one side, when I was thinking, well, why do I make these films? And I've discussed this before. I started making them initially as a sort of filmic diary. It was easier than writing thoughts in a journal, in a way. And I saw it as a way of starting my book writing process. And I still think that. But perhaps now is the time. Well, now's the time to write the book. Damn it. Well, not now. Next 2 months, get the exhibitions out the way. When that's done, I think the last trimester or the last quarter perhaps of this year, I do want to make headway on writing again. And one of the things I've realized is that, and this may sound very obvious to a lot of you, but at the click of a button, you get a sort of a transcript of your talk on YouTube. So perhaps now's the time to rewatch a whole load of my talks, finally do that cataloguing, and just write down, transcribe things that I've already done and start putting that into, sort of bones of the book, slotting it in. I have an outline, I have spaces already created where stories can go and explanations can be made. So that's stuff for the future. For the present, I need to concentrate on the present, and dare I say it, that's what we all need to do, a lot more perhaps than sometimes we do. Perhaps it's because, if I think back to when I had a normal, regular day job, you worried about things in the future, things connected to your job. You worked to deadlines, and you always felt you were a little bit behind the game. I suspect if enough people watch this, at least some of them will feel the same. And that is not true for me right now. I can write down things that absolutely need to be done tomorrow, and it's a very, very, very short list. So perhaps just focusing on those things and the other stuff that can be put to one side for a few months, well, that's what I'll do. So I'm warning you in advance. If you fancy listening to observations on chess, Dreaming of Chess Mastery is where you will find me. And if you don't, but you feel the desperate need to share ideas or listen to what I have to say, I'll get in touch and we can do that too. So that's it for this week. A short, almost devoid of content film, or shorter, because my films are never that short. Well, unless they're the sort of 30-second variety on Instagram, and I do those. But that's it for this week. I trust your lives are filled with joy, that you're enjoying whatever you're doing, and if I can leave you with one bit of advice, it's be present in whatever it is that you're doing and that fills you with joy. And until the next time, whenever that might be, from a sunny Brazil, even if it's now late afternoon sun, a little bit more gentle, ciao.